Here's something that will blow your mind. Your brain releases dopamine when it sees beauty, including your own reflection. The same chemical that makes you feel good about sunsets and art, it's designed to activate when you look at yourself. We've all been conditioned to think beauty is this external thing we either have or don't have. But neuroscience reveals something incredible. Your brain literally has circuits designed to find you beautiful. The fusiform face area recognizes attractive features before you even consciously think about it. This isn't wishful thinking or self-help fluff. This is measurable brain activity that happens automatically when you're not fighting against it. Your neural pathways are already wired for self-appreciation. They just need permission to do their job. Here's the kicker. Those beauty circuits get stronger with familiarity. Every time you see yourself positively, you're actually rewiring your brain to find you more beautiful. It's like having a personal trainer for your self-perception. We spend more time researching which phone case looks cute than appreciating our actual face. But your brain is already programmed to see your beauty. You just need to let it do its job. The science is clear. You're not broken and you're not ugly. You're just unfamiliar with loving what you see. And that changes today. Chapter 1. Why Mirrors Lie, and Your Brain Believes Them. You know that jarring moment when you see yourself in a store window and think, "Who is that?" That's not you being ugly. That's your brain encountering the stranger in photos phenomenon. Here's what's actually happening. Your brain has a detailed 3D model of your face based on how it feels from the inside. But mirrors and photos show you a flattened, reversed image that your brain doesn't recognize as you. The lighting in most mirrors is harsh and unforgiving, designed for function, not flattery. Meanwhile, the way others see you involves natural lighting, three-dimensional depth, and the animation of your expressions. You're comparing your worst technical representation to everyone else's lived reality. Think about this carefully. You've never actually seen your real face the way others see it. You've only seen reversed reflections and flat photographs. No wonder there's a disconnect. Your relationship with mirrors is like trusting a GPS that keeps saying, recalculating. The technology isn't giving you accurate information about your real beauty. But here's the beautiful truth. The way you look to others, in natural light, in 3 dimensions, in motion, is far more attractive than any mirror could ever show you. You're literally more beautiful than you think, because thinking isn't seeing. Chapter 2. The 95% rule that changes everything. This statistic will change how you see yourself forever. Others notice your perceived flaws 95% less than you think they do. That's not an estimate. That's psychological research. It's called the spotlight effect, and it's why you think everyone notices that pimple while they're actually thinking about their own insecurities. Your brain tricks you into thinking you're under a spotlight when you're really just part of the beautiful, messy human experience everyone else is having. Studies show that when people are asked to recall details about someone they just met, they remember personality and energy far more than specific physical features. You could have spinach in your teeth, and most people will remember your laugh instead. Picture this. You're worried about your nose, while the person next to you is worried about their hair, and the person behind them is thinking about lunch. We're all so busy being self-conscious that we barely notice anyone else's supposed imperfections. Here's what's really wild. The things you obsess over, most people find them charming or don't notice them at all. Your brain is like a security system that's way too sensitive, always sounding alarms about threats that don't exist. Screenshot this moment. You are not nearly as watched, judged, or scrutinized as your anxious brain wants you to believe. You're free to be beautiful exactly as you are. Chapter 3. Your ancestors called those flaws survival advantages. Every feature you've ever criticized about yourself helped your ancestors survive and thrive. That prominent nose? Better oxygen intake. Those full cheeks? Fat storage for harsh winters. That strong jaw? Powerful bite strength. Evolution doesn't create ugliness. It creates diversity because different environments needed different advantages. What you call imperfections. Natural selection, called innovations. Consider this. The features that make you feel self-conscious today helped entire populations survive harsh climates, find food, and thrive in challenging environments. Your bone structure, skin tone, and facial features are all success stories written in your DNA. Your ancestors survived ice ages, predators, and plagues so you could stand in front of a mirror saying, "Ugh, my nose." They passed down exactly the features that kept the human species alive for thousands of years. Here's the mind shift. Those unique characteristics that make you feel different, they're literally evolutionary gifts. Your differences weren't mistakes. They were survival strategies that worked so well, they got passed down to you. Think about the incredible journey your features have been on. From ancient survival tools to modern beauty, carried by generations who thought they were beautiful enough to create the next generation. You're the latest masterpiece in an unbroken chain of survivors who all chose to keep going. Chapter 4. The smile that rewires your brain. This technique will literally change your neural pathways in 30 seconds. It's called mirror neuron activation, and it's the fastest way to make yourself more beautiful. Here's the science. When you smile at yourself in a mirror, mirror neurons fire in the same pattern as when someone smiles at you. Your brain can't tell the difference between receiving love and giving it to yourself. The facial feedback hypothesis proves that expressions create emotions, not just reflect them. When you smile, even artificially, your brain releases endorphins and serotonin. When you smile at yourself, you're literally giving yourself a neurochemical gift. Try this right now. Look at yourself, phone camera, mirror, whatever you have, and smile like you're greeting your best friend. Feel that instant shift? That's your brain releasing the same chemicals it would if someone else was being kind to you. It's like having a personal hype squad, except the hype squad is science. Your mirror neurons are basically your brain's cheerleaders, and they're always ready to make you feel more beautiful. The magic happens with repetition. 30 seconds of genuine self-smiling every morning literally rewires your brain to expect beauty when you see yourself. You're training your neurons to recognize your face as something wonderful. You don't need anyone else's permission to feel beautiful. Your own smile is enough to convince your brain that you are. Chapter 5. The Mere Exposure Effect. Why Familiarity Equals Beauty. Here's something that sounds too simple to be true, but science backs it completely. The more you see yourself positively, the more beautiful you become to yourself. It's called the mere exposure effect. Psychologists have proven that familiarity breeds attraction, not contempt. The more exposure you have to your own face in a loving context, the more your brain categorizes it as beautiful. This effect is so powerful that it works even with initially neutral faces. Researchers have shown people random faces repeatedly, and familiarity alone increases attractiveness ratings. Your face has the ultimate advantage. You can control the context of every exposure. This is why people always think they look weird in photos at first. But after seeing the same photo multiple times, they start to like it. Your brain needs time to adjust to seeing yourself as beautiful, but once it does, the change is permanent. Think of it like developing a taste for fine wine. At first, you might not appreciate the complexity, but with repeated positive exposure, you start to notice the beauty that was always there. Every time you look at yourself with kindness instead of criticism, you're making a deposit in your beauty bank account. You're literally becoming more beautiful to the most important person in your life, you. Learn something new? Hit that like button, share it with others, tap subscribe, and stick around for more. Got thoughts? I'd love to hear them in the comments. Chapter 6. Breaking the Comparison Trap. Your brain does incredibly unfair beauty math when you compare yourself to others. You compare your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel, and then wonder why you feel inadequate. Here's what actually happens. You see someone else's best angle, perfect lighting, and filtered reality, then compare it to your own unfiltered, morning, bad lighting self. It's like comparing a rough draft to a published novel. Confirmation bias makes it worse. Your brain looks for evidence that you're not beautiful enough, so it notices every gorgeous person while completely missing all the regular beautiful humans who look just like you. We'll spend 20 minutes finding the perfect selfie angle, then wonder why we don't look like that in real life. but that perfect angle isn't any more real than your natural appearance. Try this comparison detox. For every beautiful person you notice, deliberately notice 3 regular people who are living their beautiful lives without trying to be perfect. Train your brain to see beauty as abundant, not scarce. Beauty isn't a competition. It's a celebration, and there's room for everyone at the party. Chapter 7. The Confidence Feedback Loop. Acting beautiful literally makes you beautiful. This isn't fake it till you make it psychology. This is measurable, observable science about how behavior affects perception. When you carry yourself with confidence, people perceive you as more attractive. But here's the deeper truth. You also perceive yourself as more attractive. Your brain reads your own body language and adjusts your self-image accordingly. Research shows that confident body language increases testosterone and decreases cortisol within minutes. These hormonal changes create a visible glow, better posture, and more magnetic presence that others find irresistible. Facial expressions change perceived attractiveness more than actual features. A confident smile on an average face beats perfect features with insecure body language every single time. Beauty is a feeling, not a feature. When you feel beautiful, you radiate something that cameras can't capture and mirrors can't reflect. You emit confidence, warmth, and presence. Think of confidence like good lighting. It doesn't change your features, but it makes everything about you more appealing. The best part? You control your own lighting through how you choose to see and carry yourself. Start acting like someone who knows they're beautiful and watch your brain start believing it's true. Chapter 8. The Best Friend Test. Would you talk to your best friend the way you talk to yourself in the mirror? Most of us are meaner to ourselves than we'd ever be to someone we dislike, let alone someone we love. Here's a reality check. If your friend stood in front of you and said the things you say to yourself about your appearance, you'd probably give them a hug and tell them they're being ridiculous. Self-compassion isn't self-indulgence. It's recognizing that you deserve the same kindness you'd automatically give to others. Your internal dialogue shapes your reality more than any external feature ever could. Try the shift. Before you criticize something about your appearance, ask yourself, would I say this to someone I care about? If the answer is no, then you don't get to say it to yourself either. Your brain believes whatever you tell it most often. If you constantly tell it, you're not beautiful enough, it will find evidence to support that story. But if you speak to yourself like someone worthy of love, your brain will start looking for beauty instead of flaws. Be the friend to yourself that you wish everyone had. You deserve that level of kindness, especially from you. Chapter 9. Beauty standards are just trends. Beauty standards change every 20 years, but self-love lasts forever. What we consider beautiful today would have been completely wrong 50 years ago, and will probably seem outdated 50 years from now. Cleopatra used gold masks while Renaissance women wanted pale skin and high foreheads. Korean culture values small faces while some African cultures celebrate scarification as beauty. Western standards are actually the minority globally. Trusting beauty standards is like trusting fashion trends. Remember when everyone had to have skinny eyebrows? Now it's thick brows. The only consistent thing about beauty trends is that they're inconsistent. Here's what never goes out of style: kindness, authenticity, confidence, and the glow that comes from someone who likes themselves. Those qualities were attractive 1,000 years ago and will be attractive 1,000 years from now. You can chase trends forever and never catch up, or you can invest in the kind of beauty that appreciates over time. Choose to be timelessly beautiful by being genuinely yourself. That never goes out of style, and it never requires an update. Chapter 10. The 2-minute transformation. This technique will change how you feel about yourself in 2 minutes or less. It's called power posing, and it literally changes your hormone levels and brain chemistry. Stand like Wonder Woman for 2 minutes. Feet shoulder-width apart, hands on hips, chin up, shoulders back. Your brain reads this posture as confidence and starts producing less cortisol and more testosterone. Add power breathing. Deep breaths that expand your chest and fill your belly. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and tells your brain you're safe, confident, and in control. Here's the magic. Your brain can't tell the difference between feeling confident and being confident. When you act powerful, you become powerful. When you stand beautiful, you feel beautiful. Voice matters too. Speak slower, lower, and with more intention. Your brain listens to how you sound and adjusts your self-perception accordingly. 2 minutes of intentional presence can override years of insecurity. Your body teaches your brain how to feel, so teach it to feel beautiful, confident, and completely worthy of love. This isn't about looking different. This is about seeing differently. You already have everything you need to feel beautiful for the rest of your life. You've learned that your brain is designed to find you beautiful, that others notice your flaws far less than you think, and that confidence creates beauty more than features ever could. These aren't just nice ideas. They're scientific facts that can change your life starting today. Your beautiful life approach means treating your whole existence as art. How you move through the world, how you treat yourself and others, how you appreciate the beauty around you. All of this contributes to your own radiance. The ripple effect is incredible. When you stop doubting your beauty, you free up mental energy to create, love, and contribute in ways you never imagined. Your self-acceptance gives others permission to accept themselves too. Remember, you're not broken, you're not ugly, and you're not too much or not enough. You're a human being worthy of love, including your own. Your beauty isn't something you achieve, it's something you recognize. Go look in a mirror and smile at the person who's been waiting their whole life for you to see how beautiful they really are. They've been there all along.